Hey guys, in this video I show you 50 things that could potentially be in the AEW video game. This includes legends, alternative versions of current AEW wrestlers, match types that have never been in the game, weapons that are new or could be brought back after a long time, and most importantly things that AEW can theoretically have in the game through acquired licenses. Don't forget to subscribe and have fun. The first thing that could come into play are matches with 10 wrestlers in the ring. AEW has many 5 vs 5 matches, and maybe Yuke's will manage to have up to 10 wrestlers in a match. Would be a big plus point over WWE 2K. With the purchase of Ring of Honor, Tony Khan now owns the rights to All In Names, the video event, and also the stage that could find its way into the game. So not only the All In Arena can be in the game, but also every Ring of Honor arena from 2002 to today. Would like it if Yuke's put 10 Ring of Honor arenas in the game, from old school, over HDNet to the modern ones of today. She is no longer working at AEW, but she can still find her way into the roster if she has a deal for the game. AEW has the license to put her in the game. This weapon was always a part of the SmackDown vs. Raw games until WWE became a PG product. Now the weapon could make a comeback because it was used a lot at AEW, especially by Jon Moxley, and since YUKES is doing the match we might see the barbed wire bat again. By the way, Kenny Omega used a barbed wire broom. At Full Gear 2019, a lights out match used what I call a barbed wire frame, through which Jon Moxley gave Kenny Omega a suplex. Possible we will get that part too. Blood is normal in wrestling games. AEW uses a lot more blood than you know from WWE. Kenny Omega already confirmed that the blood would stay on the ring floor, so it is likely that we will also have extremely bleeding wrestlers in the game. The AEW version of the War Games match is the Blood and Guts match. It would be the first time that there is a match with 2 rings in a wrestling game and would be an absolute game changer. Bret Hart appeared at the first AEW event, currently no longer has a WWE Legends deal, and his brother Owen is confirmed for the game. There are also rumors of a Bret Hart return to AEW. Chances are good for Bret Hart in the AEW game. Both Hardy brothers are under AEW contract. YUKES could also bring the Broken Hardys into the game. The Being the Elite belt from the YouTube series could also be in the video game. AEW does not have a Royal Rumble, but a Casino Battle Royale, which has never existed as a match type in a video game. The same applies to the Casino Ladder match. Like in the Royal Rumble, every few minutes a new wrestler enters the match and the winner has to take down a poker chip with the ladder. Could be very entertaining, especially in online mode. Chris Jericho is under AEW contract. This means that older versions of Chris Jericho can also come into play, like for example from WCW or WWE times. It has often been said that YUKES might make parts of Here Comes the Pain in the AEW video game. Will we eventually see a city again where we can fight? CM Punk use his Ring of Honor look, theme and entrance at Revolution. Yokes could also put an older version of CM Punk in the video game. I think that would be a big plus to have a young CM Punk from Ring of Honor in the game. During the pandemic there were matches at the Being the Elite compound in California. YUKES could also bring this ring into play. AEW owns the rights to Big Show's Captain Insano character, which was featured in a movie at the time. This is also expected to debut soon at AEW. It is possible that YUKES will also have him in the game. DDP can also get a place in the AEW video game roster as a legend, because he has worked with AEW many times and does not have a WWE Legend deal. So far there has been one deathmatch at AEW, which is known for its brutality and hard weapons. Would be cool to have it in the game too. The next match that I think needs to be in the game is the dog collar match. There have been 2 of them at AEW and they were very important. Such a match has never been in a video game and would be interesting to see how YUKES would implement it. Exploding barbed wire deathmatch. The finish was not so good, but it can be make it better in the video game, maybe even as a tag team version. Would be great to have this match in the game. It was a legendary spot with the golf caddy. YUKES could bring the vehicle into play with which you could drive around your opponents. In Here Comes the Pain you could drive a motorcycle and forklift. AEW secured the full license for the album where the Hardys song was included. This album also contains the song of Hardcore Holly. Theoretically, they could get the license for the Holly character and bring his original WWE theme into the game without any problems. Matt Hardy vs Sammy took place in the Hardy COMPUND. AEW could add the Hardy COMPUND to the game as an additional arena. It's probably the best backstage area of any wrestling game, the one from Here Comes the Pain. It's quite possible that we'll see something like this again, because the AEW game is supposed to be based on the game. There could be a ladder helicopter in a wrestling game again. It has already been confirmed that you can make the trash can over the head of the opponent again. Jake Roberts may be one of the legends in the AEW video game. By having Jeff Hardy under contract, you could ask him if you can use his TNA theme songs for the game, because these are from him. Another arena for the game is the Jericho Cruise. It would be an absolute blast to have a match on a ship in a wrestling game. At AEW it happens every now and then that a wrestler climbs on parts of the stage and jumps down from there, a cool feature that could find its way into the game. A feature that many fans have wanted for years: hang ladders inside each other and thus build ladder constructs. Mark Henry is also under AEW contract and so could be in play as a legend. Mike Tyson made several appearances at AEW. You could ask him and get his character license to bring him into the game. Many want the old Moxley song back. AEW could at least integrate it into the game so you could use it. CM Punk used his old Ring of Honor theme at AEW Revolution, so AEW has a license for it and could bring the song into the game, which I'm sure many would want. AEW can not only bring the Broken Hardys into the game, but also the old-school Hardys of the past. Chris Jericho has performed several times with the PAINMAKER attire. This could also end up in the video game. A feature not yet seen in a wrestling game is the ability to remove the ring mat. Don't think it is that realistic, but maybe we can do it in the AEW game. By purchasing Ring of Honor you can not only use their theme songs and arenas, but also all Ring of Honor belts in history from past to present. NBA legend SHAQ has had a match at AEW and is also under contract with TNT for their basketball program, so theoretically we could see him in the game. Darby Allin uses a skateboard in his entrance. He also uses it frequently during matches. It would be very cool to see this weapon in the game. I think the odds are not that bad since it is a big part of Darby Allin's matches. AEW is full of stables, some with at least 5 members. Should they bring 5 versus 5 matches into the game, 5-man entrances would certainly be a must-have. One of these 5-man tag team matches would be the Stadium STAMPEDE match. It would probably be the most fun match in the game. You would be able to fight in a stadium, in the ring, backstage in different rooms, and online in 5 versus 5 multiplayer. It would certainly be an unforgettable experience. To make the cage match better and more realistic, they could create the possibility to use weapons in the steel cage, because this is also common in the AEW cage matches on TV. Sting will be in the game for sure, but maybe we will see one of his WCW versions like the Surfer Sting in the game. Taz is an active part of the AEW shows and will hopefully get a playable character from his old ECW days. Last time there were THUMBTRACKS in a wrestling game was in WWE Legends of WrestleMania. AEW uses them very often, so there is a good chance that we could see this weapon in the AEW video game. Through Jeff Hardy's AEW contract, it would even be possible to bring his alternate character Willow into the game. By buying Ring of Honor, AEW can make all wrestlers from Ring of Honor ORWHO will appear there contractually in the future into their video game. This was the video with 50 things potentially coming into the AEW game. Write in the comments which things you would like to see in the AEW game, or which I might have forgotten. Would be happy if you leave a subscription and a like there, and I will soon publish a new AEW video game roster. Be excited.